God's advice today. God is sending many signs, but it seems like you are ignoring all of them. So please do not ignore this video, as it is a message from God's heart to bless your life today. Before we continue, please leave your like so that more people can be reached by this message, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell to receive more videos like this. Don't ignore this video and stay until the end. I invite you to click on the first comment, where you will find a special prayer and the second best manifestation offer in the world. God said, "My beloved child, it is no coincidence that you are reading these words right now. Nothing in your journey has been random or outside of my care. Every step, every tear shed in silence, every time you thought about giving up, I was there. I saw you when you lay down with a heavy heart, when doubt tried to suffocate your hope, when silence seemed to be the only answer you received. But listen, my child, even when you don't hear me, I am still speaking. Even when you don't see me, I am still working." Are you seeking a deep spiritual change in your life and in the lives of those you love? Imagine attracting wealth and abundance in less than a week, while blessings pour over you daily. All of this begins with a simple 1-minute prayer. To discover how this technique can transform your reality, click the link in the first comment. Every step you take toward this journey not only benefits you but also supports our channel and the dedicated team that brings this valuable content to you. Don't wait any longer to begin your journey of spiritual and material transformation. Click now to learn more and begin your path toward a fuller and more abundant life. I have sustained you, even when you thought you were alone. The promises I made to you were not lost in time, they were not erased by the seasons, they are alive, firm in me. I am faithful to fulfill them. And that's why today, right now, I touch your heart so intensely. Do you feel that warmth, that presence surrounding you? That's me, your Father, telling you. Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Isaiah chapter 41 verse 10. Nothing you have faced has been in vain. Every battle shaped you, matured you, and brought you closer to me. And even when everything seemed lost, I was drawing the path that now begins to unfold. This is the time to trust, to rest in me. Not because everything is solved, but because I am with you in every detail. My love never fails, my promise never returns void, and my presence never leaves you. Today is a new beginning, and I am the author of this new page in your story. Comment, I know I didn't come this far by accident. God guided me to this word. My child, have you noticed how even when everything seems still around you, there is a sacred stirring within you? It's not mere anxiety, it is my breath activating your essence. Something greater is coming your way, and that longing pulsing in your chest is the echo of eternity that I planted in you before the world existed. The restlessness that keeps you from settling is not a flaw, it's a sign. While you thought life had stalled, I was sculpting the next phase of your journey with details you cannot yet comprehend. No movement has been wasted, not even the invisible ones. Every apparent delay was actually heaven's strategy to prepare your character, your sensitivity, and your spiritual vision. What seemed dormant in you is actually being formed in silence, like seeds hidden beneath the earth, waiting for the right season to bloom. Comment, even in silence, God was working for me all along. Have you ever compared yourself to those who seem to be racing ahead? Have you felt left behind, as if time slipped through your hands? I know you have. But today I want you to understand, what the world calls delay, I call preparation. When you thought you were being forgotten, I was hiding you in my arms. There's a difference between being rejected and being reserved for something greater. Remember Moses? Only after 4 decades in the desert was he called. Abraham? He waited until old age to see the impossible fulfilled. The Lord is not slow in keeping his promise, as some understand slowness. Instead, he is patient with you. 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 9. Nothing I planned for you has been canceled. The dreams remain alive before me, and now time begins to align. Your story is not delayed, it is right on heaven's schedule. Comment, I'm not behind, I'm right on time in my Father's plan. How many nights did you lie down with unanswered questions? With tears no one else saw? I saw them all. I was there by your side, fighting battles you'll never know. I protected you from wrong decisions, saved you from dangerous alliances, closed doors that seemed promising just to spare your heart. You felt loss, but what you lost is nothing compared to what I've been saving to give you at the right time. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 11. Nothing was by chance. The silence that troubled you was actually an invisible shield. Now, the inner changes you're feeling are signs of what is about to manifest externally. The promises you've held in your heart are beginning to take shape. I know you've always felt different. Sometimes misunderstood, sometimes even out of place. That's not a flaw, it's divine design. I set you apart. Long before your birth, you were marked for a mission that transcends the ordinary. The discomfort you feel isn't loneliness, it's separation for something greater. You see what others don't, you feel what many ignore, and you carry a compassion few understand. My child, you are not lost, you are in process. The weight you feel is not punishment, it's the holy burden of intercession. You pray without words, you cry like a seed, you surrender like a bridge. And that is precious in my eyes. Your spirit was shaped to carry a purpose that will reach others. Don't hide. Don't be ashamed. What some call sensitivity, I call a calling. You were made for something great, and everything you've lived up to now was preparation. Comment, my calling is real. I was born for something greater. There are days when guilt knocks, right? You remember the mistakes, the failures, the times when you could have done better. But who told you those mistakes canceled what I wrote? Who said your past weighs more than my grace? I do not choose the perfect, I choose the willing. Look at David, who failed but worshipped me in truth. Look at Peter, impulsive, who denied me but became a pillar. I use the imperfect to accomplish the eternal. My forgiveness is not partial, it is absolute. My love is not fragile, it is unshakable. What you see as a stain, I transform into testimony. What you see as ruin, I use as a foundation. There is still much to come. If you're still breathing, there's still time. Every part of your story can be redeemed, restored, and turned into an instrument of blessing. I am the God who makes all things new. Comment, my past has been redeemed, my future is in God. Did you know there's an effective method to attract more financial prosperity? This technique can help transform your deepest beliefs and change the way you perceive reality. It was something that had a great impact on my life, and we'd like to invite you to discover this special practice. When we trust that God wants to move in our lives, we gain the courage to ask Him directly. God desires to bless each of us in a unique and wonderful way. That's why it's so important to seek His blessings with faith and confidence, believing that He has a special plan for you. If you'd like to support our work and the team dedicated to sharing content that inspires and transforms, we invite you to learn more about our product. The link is available in the first comment so you can see how this technique might also help in your journey. Your contribution helps us keep sharing messages that truly make a difference. We deeply appreciate your trust and support. Now, take a deep breath and listen carefully to what I say to you. You have never been alone. No tear has fallen without being gathered. No moment of pain has passed without purpose. Every silence was an answer. Every detour was protection. I was with you in the valleys and I will be with you on the mountaintops. You are being built from the inside out, so you can sustain what is about to manifest on the outside. The time is coming for you to live what I promised. The time to move forward, to come out of hiding, to lift your head high. No longer as someone who merely survives, but as someone who lives in the fulfillment of promises. I am your Father. I am faithful. And what I have prepared is greater than you imagined. Now rise with courage. Declare, I receive. I believe. I move forward. Because the heavens have already moved in your favor. The time is no longer for waiting, it's for harvest. Go. Everything is ready. Comment, I receive, I believe, I move forward. My time has come. My beloved child, perhaps you still don't fully understand, but the marks left by your hardest days are not scars of weakness, they are testimonies of courage, endurance, and faith. Every tear that silently ran down your face was the cry of your soul, and I heard every single one. The wounds left open by the battles you faced don't represent defeat, they reveal the strength that was born within you, a strength that I myself planted. Don't let the enemy distort the vision of your story. He tried to silence your voice by confusing it with guilt, discouragement, and fear. He tried to make you think your suffering meant I had abandoned you. But, my child, the opposite is true. It was exactly in your suffering that I embraced you most. It was in your silences that I spoke the loudest. And it was in your falls that I lifted you highest. All of it was part of an invisible but powerful preparation. Nothing in your journey was in vain. Not even the moments when you thought you had failed. Because even your mistakes were used by me to align your path with the purpose I designed. You are not behind. You are under construction. And every stage, even the most painful, was orchestrated with eternal love to shape your spirit according to the calling only you can fulfill. Comment, I trust in the love of God, He is my refuge. Do you remember the days when your need felt more real than your hope? When you looked around and saw no way out? When there were no resources, no open doors, and yet, somehow, provision came. That was no coincidence. It was my hand, always present. It was the manifestation of divine provision that walks side by side with my chosen ones. And when ties that seemed permanently broken were restored with grace and peace, did you think that was luck? No, my child. It was my intervention, silent, but constant, weaving reconciliations that only supernatural love could achieve. And those harsh words that hit you and tried to break you from the inside out? They ended up being the fuel for your growth. Because when the world tried to crush you, I was molding you. When everything seemed to be falling apart, I was rebuilding something far stronger. The battles you endured revealed who you truly are, someone who survives, grows, and blooms even in dry soil. The night of your pain was not the end, it was the womb where your new self was born. It was there, in the shadows, that I sewed the armor of your identity. Every moment of humiliation was actually a deep lesson in wisdom. And even the situations others called losses, I called redirections. Comment: God's provision always comes at the right time. Now, the appointed time has come, a time that doesn't arrive with loud announcements, but that awakens inside the heart like a firm whisper from eternity. Maybe you've already felt this calling pulsing silently in your soul, as if something within you is ready to move, even if you don't yet understand how. That inner stirring is not anxiety, it's spiritual sensitivity. You've always felt like you didn't fit into the molds others tried to impose. You were never able to accept limitations that seemed comfortable to those around you. And do you know why? Because your spirit already knew the weight of the mission I placed upon you. Those paths that closed, the doors you thought were forever but suddenly vanished, all of that was part of a much higher plan. I was positioning you. I was protecting you from places that would drain your essence, from environments where your voice would be silenced. And now, this new time will not only be marked by progress, but by revelation. I am revealing who you are and what I planned for you since before your birth. Nothing escaped my sight. Not a single tear fell without purpose. Every detail was handled by me. My beloved child, there is a strength within you that the enemy tried to extinguish long before you even discovered it. The battles you faced were not random, nor were they caused by neglect, they were provoked by fear. The darkness feared the light you would one day carry. Since the days when you cried alone, questioning the silence around you, I was shaping your endurance. Every loss, every farewell, every accumulated pain, they were all part of the furnace that refined your spirit, not to destroy you but to reveal you. While you thought time was leaving you behind, I was preparing you for a calling that only someone with true scars and a refined heart could fulfill. The sorrow of widowhood, the fragility of your health, the scarcity of your resources, none of it marked an end. It was the seed planted in the soil, waiting for the right time to bloom. I never stopped being with you, even when your faith trembled and your voice felt lost in the wind. Even when no one else saw you, I saw you pressing on, tired, silent, but unwavering. You were never discarded, my child. You were being shaped. Time, with all its marks, only revealed the inner beauty the world could not see. Every line on your face carries a story, not of weakness, but of triumph over pains others would not have endured. Your steps may have slowed, but each one now walks with greater spiritual authority. What the world calls an end, I call a foundation. Your soul, rich in experience and deep in love, is now fertile ground for eternal fruit. You carry a light inside you that was ignited by dark nights and intense storms. And now, that light shines purer, stronger, more authentic. While many chase after what is new in appearance, I seek what is eternal in the heart. And your heart, my son, is a place where I dwell with joy. It is time to recognize that you are not a forgotten fragment of history. You are an essential piece in the plan I am completing. Have you noticed how easily you recognize hidden pain in the eyes of others? That is no ordinary gift. That is sensitivity born from the pain you yourself endured. Every night you felt alone, every tear-soaked prayer you lifted, shaped in you a spirit of empathy that is rare in this world. This is part of my plan. You are an answer for many who are fading. You are a shelter for wounded hearts. You are living proof that life doesn't end with pain, it transforms through it. Your voice, even if soft, carries an authority that no youth can imitate. Because the one who has been touched by me in their pain speaks with a weight that echoes in eternity. Do you remember the times when provision seemed impossible? When the bills piled up and everything seemed to collapse? That, my child, was not negligence. It was a lesson. I was teaching you to trust beyond logic. I showed you that I am your provider when all doors are closed. And today, you can testify that no need was ever forgotten. What you went through prepared you to teach others how to rely on me when everything seems lost. Likewise, the heart that was shattered by betrayal was not the end of your ability to love. It was actually the expansion of it. Because the one who knows abandonment knows how to offer presence. The one who has been rejected knows how to embrace with depth. And you, my son, carry that kind of love. A love that does not judge, does not measure, does not give up. A love that only grows in hearts that have survived abandonment and still chose to love. That love is a reflection of my own heart. And now, after so many chapters written in pain, perseverance, and quiet faith, the time has come for a new beginning. I did not allow you to age only to forget you later. I allowed you to mature so that now I could exalt you. This is the time when what was sown in tears will be reaped in joy. The world needs what you carry. The wisdom you've gathered, the counsel that flows from your lips, the patience forged in waiting, all of it is about to be poured out like precious oil upon many. You did not live in vain. You did not suffer in vain. You did not wait in vain. I was with you every step. And now I want you to walk with confidence into what I've prepared. Your story is not ending, it is reaching its most powerful chapter. What the enemy thought would be your ruin was actually the ground where your most noble mission would bloom. So rise, speak, embrace, pray, bless. Do not hide any longer. Your light, refined by fire, must now shine. There are people who will only believe in my restoration because they see how I restored you. There are young ones who will only remain steady because they observe your unwavering faith. There are wounded hearts who will only trust me again because they hear your voice say, "I've been through it too, and God sustained me." You are part of the harvest. You are an answered prayer. You are visible proof that I am faithful through every generation. And when you think you're too old, too tired, remember, I chose Moses at 80. I breathed new life into Abraham when all said it was too late. I brought life into Sarah's womb, and I will bring new fruit from within you. The time that passed was only preparation. Now is the time of manifestation. And I am with you, just as I have been from the beginning. Nothing you've lived through will be wasted. Everything will be used. And your life, my son, will be a beacon of hope for all who still walk in shadows. Many look at your scars and see failure, but I see courage. Many interpret your marks as defeats, but I see signs of perseverance. You faced farewells, crises, rejections, and yet you did not give up. This endurance is proof that something great still needs to be revealed. Don't be mistaken into thinking I kept you alive just to watch time pass by. You are here because the world still needs what you carry. It doesn't need more noise. It needs depth. It doesn't need empty speeches. It needs true testimonies, like yours. Every night you cried alone, every day you had to keep going without strength, I saw it all. I counted your tears, and each one was a seed sown into the soil of the supernatural. Now, the time of harvest has come. It's not necessary for you to change the whole world at once. This is not about performance, it's about presence. It's about being a reflection of truth even when the body already feels the weariness of years. It's about walking with grace where once there was pain. The world longs for voices that carry authenticity, that speak with depth, that bring the light of redemption only those healed by me know. You carry that light. You are that instrument. And as you take your place, not to impress but simply to be who I formed you to be, everything around you will begin to change. Your family will notice a new strength in your words. Strangers will be touched without understanding why. And you will finally see the reflection of what I have always known was inside you. This is the time. It is not a distant concept, it is now. My child, the enemy has tried for years to poison your mind with lies. You are too old, it's too late, there's nowhere left to go. But every line on your face is the signature of the care I have had for you. Every battle won is proof that your story is far from over. There is a brightness in you that does not depend on outward youth, but on the inner strength I myself planted. You may have aged outwardly, but inside you resides an eternal strength. However, this awakening will not happen automatically. You must choose. Choose to leave behind the narrative of giving up and embrace the truth I declare over you. You are not finished. You are only beginning. This hour was written in my book even before you were born. Now, it is before you. One choice: continue listening to lies or finally live the truth that has whispered inside your soul for so long. You still have so much to offer. You still have so much to live. With love, God. I hope this message has been an inspiration to you. If it touched your heart, write Amen in the comments and share it with someone who also needs to hear this word. I invite you to click on the first comment, where you will find a special prayer and a suggestion to strengthen your spiritual journey. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to receive more inspiring content like this. See you tomorrow.